Hey, how y'all doing, YouTube? Good morning. It has definitely been a minute. I ain't gonna lie to you. I went ghost on y'all. For those who watch my channel, it's been a minute. For those who watch my channel and like it, I'm sorry. For those who have not watched my channel, you haven't really missed anything. Last video I made was before all this happened. We went into our spring break for school, and that was maybe like at the second week of March. It is the second week of May. I've been absent. I know I look a little tired. I just got off of work. A lot of big updates in my life. Of course, update that pertains to everyone. The quarantine happened. I currently live in Georgia, so y'all seen the news. Y'all know how that's been going. My last video I posted was right before spring break. That was only supposed to be a week long. Then because of everything going, it got extended to 2 weeks. Before the end of the 2 weeks, it was announced that schools would be going to online permanently. After that all went down, I worked as a server at Cracker Barrel, and y'all know Corona did a number on dine-in services. I wasn't fired, but I was out of a job. Basically, sometime in February, I had actually got hired at Lowe's. I basically work overnight and stocking and receiving at Lowe's. I have been working full-time hours since the whole quarantine thing happened because I got bills to pay for. Not only the school situation changed, the work situation changed, and very recently, living situation changed. So it's a lot of changes. I never had a chance to really sit down and make a video. And then half the time that I did have the time to make that video, I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on. So, I mean, I feel like I haven't had the time. Yeah, I might have had a minute here and there to sit down and make a video, but I need my rest. I just wanted to stop putting this off and go ahead and get it out to you guys. What I wanted to get out was more of a PSA. PSA Perkins is back and in action. It's another duality thing, like another duo. Take one thing and take another thing, put it together. Keys to Success, DJ Khaled, y'all know what it is. Started off with my intro, PSA Perkins coming at you with positivity and energy. Just like last time, I'm pulling my energy out my reserves right now because frankly I don't have too much right now. Just to get to it, my PSA, the two things that I think go really well together that can help lead you towards success is two things: perseverance and hindsight. We all know how well perseverance is, and it's one of those double-edged swords where, too much can be a bad thing, but then again, too much of anything could be a bad thing. But perseverance is one of those key assets or key characteristics that a lot of people look for in, say, good workers, good scholars, whatever the case may be. Hindsight, every time I hear that word, whether it's literature, whether it's in movies, a lot of the times it's not necessarily taken in a negative connotation, but there's always a negative situation associated when people use the word hindsight. The true definition of hindsight is understanding an event after it happens. I'm pretty sure y'all can already guess the importance of that definition, but I just want to clarify to people that that's what hindsight is. It's going through something, an event happening, understanding why, how, when the event happened, and learning from it. And in order to, move on with things, whether, it's traumatic things, whether it's small things, minor things, big major things, you have to understand them. And a lot of times you're not going to get far in life, or you're not going to get far as moving past something if you do not understand it. Yes, there's some things that you're not going to exactly understand, especially, at the moment it happens. But, if you take your time to really pick apart an event or pick apart a situation that happened in your life, especially if a lot of the influencing factors are things you can understand, like just like a puzzle. You might not see the big picture yet, but if you keep, grabbing this piece and grabbing that piece and start piecing it together slowly, you start to understand the bigger picture, the why the event happened, or what the purpose of that event was. Because I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. That belief led me to feel like I have no regrets, because everything I have done, whether good or bad, has led to something that made me grow as a person and helped me to understand myself and life in general a little bit better. When you go through something or an event happens and you try to, find that understanding, that's where the perseverance comes in. Because once you understand something, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a problem, but once you understand something and you get to know why it's happening or what its purpose is down to its roots, then that's when you basically take it head on. That perseverance, when you keep going at it and going at it and going at it and just giving it your all and as much energy as you possibly can, that can take you very far. And I mean this with everything. Say something happens at your job. You don't necessarily have to get fired, but you may get written up or chewed out. You take the time to understand why it happened. A lot of times, I've noticed with myself and people close to me that sometimes it's not much you can really do, because at the end of the day, people are going to do them. And no matter what you say, especially if they're very strong-minded and, firm to their decision, a lot of times there's not too much that you can do about it. There's always ways that you can, move, or ways that you can react or be proactive to, make sure you do your best for that not to happen again. There's people, one person in particular that's on my mind that's very close to me that has had to deal with, stuff like this. And I have seen how frustrating that can be. I have seen how just inconsiderate other people can be. And sometimes you just have no control over it. But the best thing you can do is just, just keep trudging along. Keep doing you. And don't let anybody, take that away from you. And what I mean by that is, that drive to do well at whatever you're doing, or that drive to be the best at, whatever you're passionate about. There's always going to be people that kind of stand in your way. There's always going to be people that, show doubt or don't think that, it's the way to go, or that you should, basically you should step back and watch yourself, when really it's those people that need to watch themselves. I'm not saying that every situation is something that could be, understood about your fault in it, because sometimes you're in a situation where you're not at fault, and it's so frustrating to be in that kind of situation. But there are a lot of other things in life. There are a lot of other things dealing with work or school, relationships, family, where it is something that you have a lot of control over. You can take your time to understand it, to pick it apart. And once you do, you figure out what you can do to put yourself in a better position with whatever you're working on. Once you get that hindsight, understanding an event after it happens, and you apply that perseverance, getting at it, doing everything you can to be better, then honestly, there really isn't an obstacle you can't tackle. Well, thank you for tuning into my PSA. I know it's been a minute, even though I still do have a busy work schedule and other things that I'm also working on. I'll hope to basically release more videos and have more content. Also, I want you to stay tuned to further developments, because I basically am in the motions of putting something bigger together. And what I mean by that is a channel that is much bigger than I am. I really don't know when exactly it's gonna happen, but I know it's gonna happen soon. And for the few people that like really show me support and continuously watch my videos, I hope that you guys will enjoy it too. And I hope that, you know, with this new journey and this next step in, you know, creating YouTube content, I hope that we'll get more followers and have y'all, you know, just as invested, if not more. I'm really looking forward to it. So, you know, PSA Perkins out. Anyway, you know what it is. Y'all stay safe, love yourself, and have a good day.